Hello. Hoping that everybody can hear me. Everybody can see me. If there's anybody here, you want to give me a shout out, make sure everything's working. Well, I definitely know the audio is working, so if there's anybody that shows up and you got a problem with your printer, then let's talk about it and see if we can figure it out and go from there. Or we can just talk about what you're printing, got design ideas or anything you got questions about in CAD or anything 3D printed related. If you want to talk about it, I'm here to talk about it. I got my printer, a couple of my printers working in the background, and at this point 1 out of 6 of my machines are actually functioning, but they're not printing right now. I do have one machine that is down due to a faulty manufactured part that I'm waiting on an answer back from the manufacturer, or actually the distributor that I got it from, to determine whether or not the replacement parts are going to be coming at some point or when. But anyways, got Mike. He says everything's working. Good. Nice to hear that. Got 6 people here. Everybody, if you'll let me know who's here, say hello, where you're from, what you're doing, what you're printing, what's your problem, what's your question, anything. Bring it on. But just a little bit about what's been going on with me. I've been working actually on a private design project that I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of it, but I have a working prototype that has been mailed off to my customer, and kind of just in the waiting process and what's going on. I'm looking at my printer over here, and I'm seeing a little bit of lifting. I'm going to change cameras real quick and show you what I see. Not happy about. Sorry for the mess, the busyness of it. There's some lifting right there in that corner. See it? Sorry about the camera, guys, but I think I'm going to have to abort this. Yeah, definitely going to have to do that. Let's see how I want to do this. See, some of the things that you do have problems, you guys know, if your foundation don't stick, then nothing is going to work from that point. Anyways, nobody else wants to chat. How's the video? Is it coming in clear? Is my audio okay? Anybody? Bueller? Nobody? Everybody's working good? I'm not. My Octoprint does not want to respond to me. Probably because I'm using up my bandwidth to do the live stream. Anyways, I'm still attempting to log on with my Octoprint. See if I can get this printer to stop. Nobody's going to chat. Nobody's going to talk with me, huh? You print anything, Mike? Pardon me while I try to get this going. Hey, there we go. Buck Nasty, I'm back. I'm from Oregon, and I'm currently printing a baby Groot planter on my Monoprice Select version 2. You know, to this date, I have not printed a baby Groot or anything. I do have some wood filament, and I have been considering it, but I have seen both of the movies, and I'm a fan. Just one of those things, but maybe a planter would be a good idea. I like to print useful things, so. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to stop this. Just gotta get logged in. All right. I'm gonna move the camera over here real quick just because I'm working at. I definitely have some major bed adhesion. Let's see if we can switch that up a little bit. Get some fresh hairspray. I'm still using a hairspray, but I use a pump. I have used the aerosol, but I found the pump works a lot better. Anyways, let's see about starting that print again. Oregon, how's the weather out in Oregon? We got a major snowstorm yesterday. In about 4 hours, we had about 10 inches of snowfall. I actually caught it on my time lapse, and I was gonna put a little time lapse up on my channel, just as a vlog. What do you want? My dog is seeking my attention right now. Go lay down. All right. Not too many people hanging out. Those that are hanging out and are listening, want to draw your attention that recently Zealtech, the sales representative that I have inside contact with, made a comment in one of my videos and bumped my channel discount code from 10% to 15%. So if you do decide to or you do purchase and print with Zealtech, you can save 15% by using my channel code. I know there's other codes out there, but it's not an affiliate. I don't get credit for it, but it just knows that they're paying attention, and maybe eventually I'll get some samples or something. So Zealtech, if you're listening, anybody out there listening? Oh. All right, let's see. I'm gonna transfer back over to the printer here real quick. Watch some first layer porn. And away we go. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that a little bit. While nothing else is happening with anybody else's, let's I guess I could talk about what's been happening with mine. My Mini has a this stock extruder hot end assembly on it, and let's just say it is not one of the best setups that there is. It is basically just a just basically an end that's locked in with a set screw. And then there's a small piece of Bowden tube, and then there's the heat break and right to the nozzles that's set with a set screw. And there's a really fine piece of like skinnier than regular Bowden tube that is inside the throat, and it kind of got a little bit of clogged, and I ended up having to put a nozzle that I had from the first, the original, I should say, head hot end that's on the ANET. I actually, had some extra nozzles laying around, and I'm not even sure what the size of them were, but it threaded in. I had to make some adjustments on the bed. It was actually in the last video about Octoprint when I put the Mini through calibration and tramming the bed and stuff. But so I just got that guy working. My ANET, I've been printing PETG on. My CR10 actually is printing right now. I'll actually take and let's see. Why is that not transferring? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I kind of messed up on that little program in OSB. I just got OSB back installed, and I hope that it's working right. Like I said, it shows my health is good, so I hope everything's clear and precise, not getting lagging and stuff. So not too many people are chatting. I guess everybody's got a functioning printer, which is a good thing. Printers. But my CR10, I was going to try to get the screen up. I had it set up to do that, but I copied it wrong. And I'm going to copy that, paste, minus that one. make that 13. There we go. So this is the CR10, and it's currently printing the other half of what it's printing. I don't want to give too many details because it is part of one of my upcoming videos and projects that I am working on. But let's just say that it is a 2-part mold. Here's the other half of it. So I designed this myself in Fusion 360. I purposely put these gates on it, because I will be doing some metal casting. So if anybody got any guesses as to what this is, if you want to put it in chat, then we'll see if you're right. But if you know already, no telling. But anyways, that's what I got going on. Well, actually, let's go back to the list. The CR10, I had a major burn in the end of my Bowden tube where it met the nozzle. It is not an all metal hot end, and it actually, like my thermistor set, there's like a little set screw, and it was actually loose, and it was creating some thermal shutdowns, and I believe there was some major overheating, and it ended up burning the end of my Bowden tube, the PTFE tubing, to the point where I was clogging and everything. I ended up taking the whole thing apart, and it like kind of disintegrated inside the channel of the cooling fin. I don't have it in front of me, but if you know the CR10, you know what I'm talking about. But it was pretty filthy and gummed up and messed up from that. I ended up cleaning that all out, put a new nozzle on it, which I happen to have a spare nozzle for that as well. I finally got it printing a little bit, but it's one of them. Bowden tubes are just one of them things that if there's not just meeting just right between the tube and your nozzle, you're going to get a little bit of a gap. And with PLA, it just creates all kinds of with headaches, with jams, but that's been my battle with that. I think it's printing pretty good right now. It's been on this is a 8-hour print, I believe, and the other half of it is another 8-hour print. So it's taken a while, but it's holding up. That doesn't look like it's under extruding or anything like that. So that's the CR10. And we got Yolanda over there. I've been printing PETG on her as well. I've got the Micro Swiss all metal hot end conversion, and I figured I would try out some of the higher temperature filaments and PETG. I had a few rolls of it laying around, so I figured I'd throw that in. And I'll have a video coming up on that soon about my settings and my findings on things to fix when I have to get a couple different brands so that I can make some comparisons and stuff like that. The Delta you see printing, so that's going good. Once I did the Marlin 1.8, 1.1.8 upgrade to it and got the manual auto calibration, I made a video all about that. It's been, I did have to do the calibration a couple times because I am doing it manually. So if you just kind of like lose focus of one of the points, then it's going to end up just slightly off, which could be a result of why I had that that lifting going on. But by the way, I'm printing a ballet shoe cookie cutter that I just designed tonight for my girlfriend, who's going to be making some cookies because she's got two granddaughters that are both into dance, and I guess they're going to have some kind of party or something. So she asked for a cookie cutter. I gave her a cookie cutter. Couldn't find one on Thingiverse, but maybe I'll put this one up there. Who knows? And then it brings me to Mo. Mo is my major project printer that I got from a virtual yard sale. Basically have rebuilt it from, put a new hot end, put a new ramps board in it, made a couple videos about how to do it. I still have not upgraded him to the most recent version of Marlin. I did do the CR10 though, so she's running on Marlin 1.1.8. But Mo has, let me grab something real quick. Mo has the Titan extruder, and I was just having some print quality issues with it. And this is the heat sink of the Titan Aero. And right here is a bearing. And this bearing is shot. And I actually bought this from Matter Hackers, and I contacted support there. They were quick about getting back to me. And it turns out that E3D had some issues with the bearings from the get-go. So I have not heard a response back as to when the part will be available, but until I can get this bearing fixed, Mo is not functioning. It's really bad. It's like the actual feeder gear goes into this like that, and it's jammed. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that, guys. So that kind of sums up the status of all my printers. Like I said, I got 6 printers and 5 of them are functioning at this point. So all right, we got a little bit of chat going on, so let me read this real quick. Some nylon on the Yhan I plus 230 prints perfectly fine. Unfortunately, the Wanhao doesn't have a high enough for the bridge nylon. I have to get the coming up, but I'm not wasting. It does have an all metal hot end, by the way. Yeah, nylon. If you're gonna print nylon, I did do a little bit of testing with nylon. There was a little bit included in the package that Tesla sent to me for just testing, and if I wanted to do a review on it and whatever. It's just kind of like a care package and make contact, but I was printing it on the Monoprice Maker Select as well with the all metal hot end, and you could hear it sizzling and popping, and I just knew, just from watching videos about people printing nylon, that it was wet. So I do have let's see if I can turn the camera off. If you see this guy back here, this is a food dehydrator that I got, and I plan on, or I have used it actually. I put all my stuff through You kind of see piles of filament behind me that I've been running through the dryer just because they're acting funny. And but nylon is one of those that, I mean, you gotta dry it. It's not just putting it with desiccant package. I mean, you actually have to physically, run it through a dehydrator and get it dry, and then keep it dry. So nylon is one of them that I would like to eventually be able to print, uh, but because the expense of it, and at this point I'm still developing my whole concept of, I started the YouTube channel because of, I wanted to, do around metal casting. But once, through all the research and everything that I got, it kept pointing at 3D printers. So once I got one, it kind of took my focus. But you're going to see, once the weather starts to get nice, I'm going to do a lot more metal casting, and I'm going to involve the 3D printer in that whole process. So anyways, we got a skewed view 3D. What's going on? Welcome. These guys are a YouTube channel that I've been talking to and developed a friendship with, and these guys are a father-son group, and they're designing things and printing them and publishing them, and they've given me a couple ideas for some things. And if you saw in my last video, I printed the Rangards, which is a character, but I did have some breakage after the fact, which we were in the discussion about. There's a couple of things in the actual model that we're creating, some errors. I don't know how his models actually turned out, but I had some weak points and the little tongs broke off. If I had printed it 100%, it might have been different, but they're designing, they're into this, they're going full bore. So check out their channel and maybe subscribe to them. They're just getting started, but they're good peoples. Yes, the tits broke off. I will show that. It's not profane. Yeah, the little tongs. I showed you when I blew that up that there, there was those little things, and I don't know if it was the difference in the slicer, but that's the way that Simplified 3D. And it's funny because the model, this model actually. All right, let's talk about this, just because we're having a discussion about it. But yeah, he's doing 3 designs a week this year. But what I found inside of this was a couple of voids where there's, like, as he called them, tits sticking up here and one here, and there were kind of like voids in it. So in his video, he was like really going through the mental process that we go through as beginner hobbyist 3D printers. Is, do we pony up and spend $150 on Simplified 3D? So that was his video where he was talking, he was printing this out, and he was talking about the supports that Cura provided, and whether or not he was, going to bite the bullet on purchasing Simplified 3D just so that he could have the custom supports. So my idea was to, as a part of a collaboration to work with them, was to take this model and do a custom support video, and making a contrast to what somebody experienced with Cura versus what you can do with simplified 3D. But then it kind of like sparked, something inside my mind, which gave me the idea of printing it halfway, lowering it 50% on the build plate and just printing half of it, and then printing the other half, making it a two-part mold that I could do some sand casting with. So bringing the whole thing of 3D printing parts, using it in the metal casting realm, where I can make them, instead of doing a plaster of Paris mold, print something in multiple parts, and that way I can do some sand casting. And I attempted in my past to make some green sand using like kitty litter and sand that you get from Home Depot, and it wasn't very successful. But I did recently make a purchase off of Amazon, and I have 20 pounds of petro sand that I plan on doing some sand casting. And of course, you've already got a preview, so if you weren't here before, this is half of one of the molds that I designed something up. And actually the CR10 is currently behind me printing up the other half of this mold so that I could do some sand casting. So while I got this up, anybody got any guesses? Now, if I've already told you because you're like, connected with me, through private, social media and messaging, and we're friends, then no speaking. But anybody got any guesses? Anybody? I will show you something though. Hang on. Now I am going to give another shout out to another channel, but I got to go back over real quick to some of these comments real quick. But Skew 3D, thank you for noticing my hat. In case anybody doesn't know that, that's my logo. It Mom inside the minor mat. But see what else we got. Yes, we're still contemplating buying simplified 3D. We use Repetier host now. Shalom, I'm going to say that, really, really honestly, you should invest in a Raspberry Pi. I'm telling you that, just for your channel alone, you're going to be able to get some time lapses and just multiple control. You can just do so much more with a Raspberry Pi. Just making that suggestion. So, anyways, yeah, make sure everybody hits that thumbs up. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, the cannonball. I haven't been feeling very good, and yeah, you got it. It looks like a plumb bob. It is a plumb bob. Now this was the original design, and I don't know if you can tell, it's in two parts, but I had to go back to the drawing board because I was showing this off to one of my buddies, Jim Carter, who is really big on the social media. If you've seen him, he's also got a YouTube channel called Another 3D Printing Channel. So check out his channel as well. But if you can see the difference in the orientation of the hook, or the little loop where the string's going to go. It's a plumb bob. So I'm going to be casting these in a future video. So, you know, it's kind of a spoiler alert. If you're here, you're watching this video, then, or the live stream, and after the fact, then you'll know what's coming up. So I am going to do some sand casting, but Mother Nature decided to dump, you know, 10 inches of snow on us. But so let's discuss this. You know, this is design, you know, when you're thinking about stuff like this, if it's not cast and, you know, it's a functioning part, you still got to think about stuff like this when you're designing it. So I'm going to bury this in the sand. Okay, actually, I'll put it on a flat surface, and I'll have my drag, and I'll put it on it, pack the sand around it. Well, the sand would have to get underneath that. And then, of course, as I turn this back upside down, I'm going to remove this, leaving a cavity in the sand. And that part right there is not going to, you know, it's going to pull that sand right out of it. So that's where I had to, and that's actually, you know, a really simple. I drew a center line. I drew an arc around here. I drew another arc around there. And then I did a revolve, and I drew a couple lines and extruded it out. It was super easy. So, but I changed it to this orientation, and I think it'll definitely work now. So, which one is stronger? The one with the turned hook? Well, yeah, that's, as I was saying, that this one isn't going to get casted correct, but this one, it's actually going to be double that thickness. So I think it should be good. But as you see, it's still on the printer over here, and it's currently, I'm not sure exactly how long it's been printing, but I know it's been printing a while. Let's see if I can pull it up over here. But anyways, the whole purpose of this was to see if anybody had any problems with their 3D printers or questions about it or anything to that effect. And apparently everybody's got good functioning printers, so that's good to hear, good to know. Got the deltas printing over there pretty good. Let's see. I gotta fix this real quick. Browser source number 2. Uh, 192.168.0.14/webcam/?action equals stream. Did I get it right? Let's see. Yes. Let's delete that guy. Fix this guy like that. Send it to the back. I'm working in OSB right now, just so you know. I'm trying to set up the screen so I can show you this. That's just since we've been printing or talking that I've got this second attempt at this cookie cutter. It was the first time I had some major bed warpage. But it's printing good right now. All right, let's see. Well, as far as simplified 3D goes, there's like so many different things that you can do that you just can't do with Cura or the other things. Like just being able to change the temperature in your G code by a layer in your slicer is, or change the speed. I mean, you could do multiple processes and do the bottom layer at one and do the top layer at another, and you could change your infill, you could change everything in one code. Once it's spit it out, you could do it all right there. And the customize, just being able to add a little support here, add a little support there, add a little support there, just it really does make life easy. And for me personally, the decision making that I went through was that, when I go into a hobby or when I go into something, I try to give it 110%. This was something that I taught my son, and I teach my apprentices, and I teach, people that I'm across. If you put 100% into something, then if you don't like it or don't get the benefits that you thought you were going to get out of it from that, it's not because you didn't give it 110%. Now, if you don't give 100% into something and you don't get the response that you, or the effect or the stimulation or whatever from it, it's probably because you didn't give it 100%. So with me, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it wholeheartedly, dive right in, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I move on to something else. So, but with the metal casting, I'm always going to have access to this extra thing that I could do something with, and part of my problem right now is, and I'm not making any excuses or anything like this, but my entire day is spent creating this thing, all right, this path for electricity to flow. That's what my day is spent doing, is creating something, and guiding and overseeing other people, helping me, create this path for electricity to flow into a building. And by the time I get home, most of the time I'm so exhausted that and drained from my creative juices that it's hard just to come up with a functioning 3D print or design, or to come up with, a cool, interesting video to present to the community, because, I don't want to be this guy that's just, and I'm not making fun or pointing or insulting or critiquing anybody else's, use of the 3D printing or the YouTube platform or anything like that. But, I try not to print junk. I don't print Pikachus or anything like that. But if somebody wants a Pikachu, I'll give them a Pikachu. I'll print a Pikachu if somebody wants a Pikachu. But I got enough stuff up there on that shelf that it's decorations. It's cool. It's testing the capabilities and showing what these things can do. But when I can create something that's useful, is what I really want to be able to do and present. And but anyways, I got off on a tangent there. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. But let's see. Oh yeah, spending the money. There we go. Back on track. When I got the 3D printer, I started using Cura, and I figured if I was going to do this, simplified 3D was, the paid. It's got all these people talking about what it could do, this, that, and the other. So I invested the money. This is a hobby of mine, so I've invested the money. There's only one of my 6 printers that I didn't pay for, and thank you, GearBest, for sending me a unit to review. I don't think my sales were good enough to deserve another unit, but regardless, they contacted me and asked me if I'd do it, and I said yes. But so back to simplified 3D, I figured, if I was going to get the into this hobby, I was going to try to get the most out of it, and that was to get the best software that they can provide for slicing. Sometimes I wish that I didn't have to spend that money, but I've never opened Cura back up, honestly. Sometimes I want to, just so I can kind of relate to some of the other users that I'm trying to attract their attention. Basically, that this is what I'm doing, is I'm figuring this stuff out just like you guys. But when I figure it out, a lot of times I'm figuring it out by doing the research, and people are kind of like, how can I say, putting it all like right here, and kind of this and there, a little here, a little there, kind of the way they're describing it. It's kind of a little obscure or hard to follow, and then I end up having to go look into a forum or something to that effect, and I end up figuring out what I needed to find out, and then I put it in a way that you guys can understand it. So that's my goal here, is that I come up with a cool idea or something that helps me out, or an upgrade that I'm doing. I make a video about it. This is how you do it, and it's there for you. So that's my really goal. I'm not trying to be one of these technical gurus that have all the information, and I'm just figuring it out and I'm passing it along. So we got a couple comments here I'm going to catch up on. The good thing with custom supports is that you can drastically speed up print times once you get to know your printer. That's why I kind of find slicers like Cura annoying. Yeah, supports are definitely, something that are crucial, and they can speed up time, and the fact that you can customize them. And if you get to know, like he's saying, how your printer will handle certain angles or certain bridging or certain open areas, then you might not need the supports. So I printed the chest piece that I printed for my Stormtrooper costume. I printed it twice. The first time I had supports all the way for this part that comes up here. I had supports all the way up, and the second time I printed it, I didn't put that supports, and it handled it. And actually, the quality of the not supported one is better than. I had my settings tweaked a little bit between times, but the quality still turned out better than the one that was supported. So, we're going to say you are printing our Hulk hammer next. Ah, the Hulk hammer. I just watched that movie last night too. You haven't got a chance to see that the new Thor movie. It's fantastic. So, the only thing I'd go back for Cura in the next upgrade. Yeah, what I would like to see simplified 3D implement would be ironing. Actually, there was a huge discussion about ironing in one of the Facebook groups, and that here we are paying for something, and they're not making any upgrades, or they're not implementing certain features that the free ones have, and one of them was ironing, and I haven't tried it yet, but I have an idea in my mind as to how an easy way to do it, and I'm gonna, if I can figure it out and do it without doing any research, then I'll share and make a video about it. But It's just about, taking the heat and just going over that last layer without extruding anything. So my thought is that you can just edit the code by copying the last layer, subtracting all the extrusion values, and just go with the movements. And then, but anyways, I haven't tested it, but um, I don't have a wife, so I have a nice girlfriend now. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here at the printer. Got the delta still pumping out, looking good. This is Purple Zeal Tech, and this is my design. This is a cookie cutter. If anybody's interested, I might just end up putting this up on Thingiverse because I did not see a ballet shoe cookie cutter up there. So if anybody's interested, let me know. But my CAD skills have been getting better. Like I said, I did do a design recently. It kind of got passed along to me. One of the guys that I talked about earlier, Jim Carter, somebody approached him, and his skills were, not where he thought they should be to accomplish the thing that they were looking to do. And I looked at what they were proposing, and I tackled it, and I believe that I got a really awesome product that eventually will be, I don't know if he's going to have me print it, but he's going to pay me for the design. But hello, Ron Floyd, my friend, supporter. How are you, sir? I thought you were going on vacation. Are you watching me on vacation? I hope you're safe and well, my friend. So, nobody's got any issues with their printers? That's good to know. Anybody printing anything in particular? Let me know what you're printing. Also, I got all my social media credentials scrolling here down the bottom. If anybody wants to connect with me that way, and I do kind of behind the scenes stuff, and I tweet all my videos and other stuff like that. So if you're interested in following me in any of those, it'd be awesome. But let's see what else is going on with. Still got Murph going on. I've got 200 plus maker coins that are in a bag. Then I've got Matter Hackers has donated 2 rolls of Pro PLA, and Tesla Filament has donated 2 rolls of their PLA to 2 winners of a grab bag that I will be doing when I'm at Murph. So if you happen to be going to Murph, make sure you find me. I believe I will be wearing this hat. And this ponytail. So it should be easy to find me. And grab a hold of my grab bag and see if you can win a prize and get a maker coin. But not on vacation yet. Okay, good. Well, not good, but as long as you're safe still. I got some troubleshooting and fixing in my D-Bot trying to print. So Dan has a troubleshooting. What's the trouble going on with your D-Bot? Which is, I was just discussing this with somebody earlier, that I want to build like a D-Bot platform, but I want to do it with electrical components. And I don't know if anybody knows what Strut is or Kindorf is, but That's what my thought is, and I'm talking like a 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot 3D printer. Huge nozzle, something that like that, you know. Print some chairs, some coffee tables, small people. Who knows? Just ideas. These are things that go on inside the mind of man. Just finished designing the rotors for Enigma machine I'm planning on parting out as a kit. Fully working with electronics. Now I just need to design the rest. Nice. Yeah, I got so many ideas. I wish I could just if I wrote them down, I might be able to uh, keep track of them. But sometimes they're just fleeting. Oh, excuse me. It turns out I was trying to print with a .4 nozzle, and it's recommended is a .5. So the manufacturer sent me a replacement roll of PETG. Nice. Now, I was saying earlier when I was reviewing all of my statuses of all my printers that actually on three of my printers have all metal hot ends, and I have been printing some PETG to some good results. This is a benchy that I printed on Yolanda with PETG. So I like the quality of it, but I want to do some experiments and a couple of different setting trials and errors. Ooh, excuse me, I keep yawning. Just lay down. You want to come say hi? Come here. You want to come say hi? My dog is looking for attention. Come here. Hi. No. Alright, this is going to be funky. And I moved my computer and screwed everything up. Let's fix that. Anyways, so let's see what else has got going on in the comments. I have a bunch of 2040 aluminum extrusion. Might build a monster machine after vacation. Nice. Yeah. I have an idea for a camera thing, and it involved Kindorf, which is an electrical support structure. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. But I've actually designed a little car that'll ride on some bearings through it. So I'm going to expand on it a little bit and come up with some designs to make it 3D printed. You know, sides and parts that will make it a 3D printer. So, anyways, let's check in on Mr. Delta over here. This is Qbert, which is so I've come to the conclusion I have three males and 3 female printers. How's that? We got Qbert, the Delta, Mo, the Monoprice Maker Select. We got Mini-Me, the Mini Maker. Those are my males. And then I got Christine, my CR10. Christine, yeah, get it? But Christine, Yolanda, and Annette. That's what her name is. It's Annette. Can't call her Annette because too close to home. But anyways, somebody sending me a message. Anybody I know? Anyways, little admin group going on. Well, apparently, everybody's printer is printing good. Nobody needs my technical services. I guess that's a good thing. I will tell you though, spare nozzles, spare heater cartridges. Those are two really useful spare parts to use, but oh wow. I'm going to stretch for a second. Let's check in on CR10. Oh, the video's all locked up. Oh, that feels good. I just had to stand up, stretch. I think we've got some success on this time. No lifting or warping in that corner. Makes me happy. Alright, where are we? Back on the face. How are you? Hey, what's happening? So, 8 people. What's going on, people? Not a chatty crew, are you? All my printers going. Time to set up my cube. Get some speed cubing. Speed cubing. Not that kind of speed cubing, huh? A naughty cookie cutter. It's for they're for grandbabies. They're cookies. This is what she was asking for. I'll show you. Cookie cutter. We got a troller. Where's a troller? Uh-oh. What happened? There you go. Alright, at the moment my A6 is printing okay. Put the MOSFET on the bed heater and I'm printing ABS at the moment. Nice. Finally figured out that the nozzle clogs are caused by printing too fast. Not enough time for the metal or to the Melt the plastic. Yeah, absolutely. With I mean, that's part of doing like kind of testing different filaments is, you know, you want to get it so that you're flowing right. Otherwise, it's just gonna cram that. Because the printer doesn't know. You know, the stepper motors don't know, and it's just gonna keep pushing that plastic in, and next thing you know, it's expanding, and you know, you got heat creep. That's one of my issues is heat creep. Hi, Geo John. Who's Geo John? I don't see any comments from Geo John. Geo Droid John. All right. Yvonne just talking about Yuan. I can't pronounce your name, but hey, there he is. Geo Droid John. What's going on? He's live streaming too. All right. I don't think I've heard of your channel, my friend. We got New Jersey printing in the house. What's going on? Big fans. Nice. Good to hear. So what you streaming about, Geo John, pardon me. I will definitely look you up. It's Noah and Joshua. Nice. Welcome. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for being here. Talking about my printers. Nobody else seems to have a printer problem. If you've got one, chime in. Hello, Dave Vetter. Welcome. You're streaming me right now. Awesome. I actually, there was a guy in a YouTube Facebook group that I belong to, and he, you know, once in a while you get these guys that, you know, post up your channel and I'll give you a review. And this guy actually like went full on, went into my channel and gave me a review. I posted up, I liked it, and put it on my Facebook page too. So it's kind of cool to get somebody that does the YouTube thing and give me a perspective as to what I could do to improve some of my subscriber base and stuff like that. So New Jersey printing, Geo Drone John. If there's a way that I could turn off the, let's make sure that I definitely, if you put in the comment section, not in the chat, but maybe after this video is posted up, if you guys put your YouTube channel in the comments, I will approve it, check it out, and maybe even subscribe. So I appreciate those guys supporting me and put my name out. And I worked with a couple other YouTube channels, and I try to give credit for those when I can. So Ron's got a problem. His is still in the box. Well, Ron, if you want to mail me your printer while you're on vacation, I will put it together for you, okay? Yes, I'm gonna botch up some names, that's for sure. I could definitely botch up some names. Thank you, Rover, for subscribing. Yeah, I'm not good with names. I'm sorry. I tell people, you know, they're like, hey, you know, so and so, and I'm like, you know, I did karaoke. You know, as a business, me and my sister were partners, and I did karaoke in bars. At one point, I was up to 6 nights a week where I had a gig, and you know, up next we got Ron, up next we got Rover, up next we got Tom, up next we got Tom, next we got Harry. You know, so I know all these people by first name, and sometimes I'd screw those up, but yeah, I know names and me are not good. I remember faces. Yeah. I remember you, but remember your name. Rover is great. All right. Got to toot your own horn. If you don't think that you're great, then who is going to? You know, you just got to love yourself. Remember that, people. Love yourself, because if you don't love you, then who can love you? You know. And that message came at a very specific time during this stream that was very pronounced, and I just love yourself, people. Remember that. We're all here for a purpose. So just live life, love life, and, you know, love yourself. But anyways, God loves us all. We got to love ourselves. God's in us. I'm not a religious man or a political man, but I am a spiritual being, and I believe in energy and positive thought and good deeds and karma and all those things, which, you know, the books all, you know, talk about that stuff. So there's something there, and it's greater than I am, and I don't claim to understand it, but I'm aware of it. So, but anyways, yes, I will work for Filament. Mom. I was gonna do a video about how I made these shirts. If you guys are interested in that, let me know, because I got a pretty cool machine that does this. So it would be a cool video, I think. I just got to get a volunteer on the other half. So if that's something that you guys are interested, it's not really 3D printing, but it's, you know, it's maker related. You know, if this machine that I bought for my girlfriend for Christmas, you know, has allowed me to her as well, you know, to make some really cool stuff. But she's made me some shirts, and she made me a jacket, and the hat is embroidered, but she ordered this for me. It was a Valentine's Day gift. It was nice of her. But Champs, by the way, you know, if there's a Champs around you guys, they actually embroider right there. I have a buddy who embroiders locally too, but I don't know how well he can do a hat. I haven't asked him about that. Let's take a look over here real quick. This Delta is still pumping out. This is a cookie cutter that I designed earlier. Just took me about 10 minutes. Yes. Subscribe. I'm gonna find your page, and I'll give you a subscription, buddy. Don't make sure you're making videos though, all right? If I sub to you, you better make some videos. I want to see some content from my fellow 3D printing YouTube community members. You know, make sure you're putting videos out. Askew, you got it handled, buddy. You're a good man. Got to get me to see that pretty smile yours though. For me, as far as materials, Rover's asking me what materials I use. Currently, I'm using PLA for both of the prints that I'm printing right now. So this is some purple Zealtech PLA, and then I've got this guy is. Let me close this screen, maybe. Not moving right. See if I there we go. This is the Monoprice filament PLA, color gold. I had that screen open in different places, and with the OctaPrint plugin, it kind of doesn't like to be open in more than one place. So it's one of the things that I have noticed about that, and because I'm using it in OSB or OBS, it's kind of lagging up when I'm on the actual web browser portion of it. But yeah, so that's what's been going on behind the scenes. I really haven't came up with well, I have a couple of things that I'm tossing around and stuff, but setting up and trying to get good quality video is the biggest thing. Is just having the energy to do it right now. But I'm going to be doing some casting once the weather. When the weather gets cold for me, it kind of really depresses me and kind of keeps me cooped up, and I've been binging a lot of TV programs and stuff. I'll be honest, I'm tired. Been handling this wire about this big around. I've got some of the remnants of it that I'm going to be incorporating in a future video. But we had 2 1,000-foot spools of this cable come into work, and the spool itself weighed 287 pounds. With the wire on the spools, it weighed 1,300 pounds. And we had 2 rolls of it. We couldn't get it in the elevator, so we couldn't get it into the basement. We got it in the vestibule and unspooled this stuff from the first floor all the way to the 6th floor, and then to the 4th floor, and then to the, or 6th floor, and then the 5th floor, and then the 4th floor, and we're not doing anything on the other floors right now, all the way to the basement. 18 different runs of this wire, and still didn't have enough because he had to go buy another 350 feet of it. So that my last week was spent wrestling, almost 3,000 pounds worth of wire into this building, and my arms are sore, and my muscles are sore, and oh wow, skewed 3D. Thank you so much for that. No, anything. I am super humbled by the support that I have gotten. So super appreciate that. I'll put that with the other $20 that you sent me, and I'm gonna use it towards my trip to Murph. Going to Murph. Hey, there's Jim Carter. There's my buddy. How'd you miss the notification? I don't know, man. I even posted it up in the 3D printing club, but you must not have my notifications set. I don't know. But this is Jim Carter. I'm going to be meeting up with him on my way to Murph. and we're going to be traveling together and hanging out. He's got a couple of things set up for me where I'm going to get some interviews with a couple of different companies and people and stuff like that, and going to kind of be my tour guide. He was there before, and he's going to help me out and make sure I don't get lost or robbed or raped or kidnapped or anything like that. So, but Jim, he's a good, me and him, we kind of like communicate almost on a daily basis, and talk about what we're printing, what we're doing. Good guy there. He's the one that's got another 3D printing channel. That's the name of it. All the behind the scenes. He was the actual, I talked about you earlier, Jim. I gave you a couple of props already. I showed the plumb bobs. Those that have been here are aware of the plumb bobs. Plumb bobs, here we go. The plumb bobs. This stuff still print. Yeah, he's giving away one of his printers. He's got a Monoprice Maker Select version 2, like I've got 2 of, and he's going to be giving it away to one lucky person. It's got a little bit of issues, but if they were to follow my ramps conversion videos, they would be easily get that thing up and running with no problem. So seeing how I'm going to Murph, I'll have to check out this video. Yeah, I will definitely have to check out that video. I'm going to actually open it in different tabs, see what I get. Oh, there it is. Oh, check it out. You should get that notification. Seeing how the links work, and NJ, which I'm hoping that's for New Jersey printing. If you want to post up your link, I'll definitely check out your channel and subscribe. But anyways, that's what's going on. Let's see. We'll take another peek at the Delta here real quick, in case you missed it or you're just joining. I've got a little cookie cutter action going on. This is a ballerina shoe. I'll maybe do a video about it. Who knows? Seeing how the time lapse is recording. I like the time lapse off of the Deltas too, but anyways, Jim, you printing anything? What's going on? Jim was printing recorders earlier this week, which prompted me to try to print 2 of them. And I've got video, but I'll show you some of the results. This is actually what happened to the Delta. It's a Blue Man Group Afro. I got that far on the CR10, but woke up to that. So I don't have a functioning flute right now. New Jersey printing. Failed print contest. I'll bet you. I'll tell you what. I just dug this out of the garbage, but this right here is is 0.4 millimeter filament that I extruded, and it's wood, but is that some crap or what? But the Delta just finished up. Let's see. Let's go take a look at it real quick. It came out pretty good, actually. They get baked cookies. Cool. So if anybody is interested in this file, let me know, because I'll put this up on Thingiverse. Got some admin group talking. I'll mute that. But anyways, let's see. Bunch of subs going on. All right. Yeah, we need to support each other, you know. I wouldn't consider myself a big channel, but it's almost 1,700 subscribers now. You know, that's not everybody's active. That's one issue, but I used Fusion 360. Yes, angel hair. But yeah, that was a flute that I attempted to print. And I'm not sure what I actually did with the flute, but I got about this far on the actual Delta, and I don't know how far I got with the other one, but that's it. Square flute. Square flute. Let me see that. I gotta see it. Square flute. Oh, gotta spell it right. Copy. Looking at that. Trying to find that. Hang on. Don't mind my silence. Nope. What number was that? 267. 7. Copy. Gotta run. Jim, you're out of here. All right, dinner time. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending this pretty soon because that's what I'm waiting for as well. But yes, sir, getting bigger every day. NJ Printing, I use Adobe Premiere. Pay for the subscription every month so that I can have all the tools of make my videos and my thumbnails, and it costs money, but you know, the quality and the things that I could do with it, it's so much easier than the free stuff. But yeah, pay for all the stuff for this channel. Simplified 3D. Paid for. You know, I want good quality videos to come out. You know. At the beginning, I got watching some of my old videos, and man, they suck. Oh, I was bad. But I'm still learning, still developing my personality. Well, not really. I got the personality. It's just trying to get used to talking to the camera, sitting here talking to nothing. You know, I'm if I get around some people and start talking, and you know, I have a great conversation, but trying to come up with conversation to a camera sometimes, you know, takes a more of the imagination. But so you made your maker's coin, and it's the size of a quarter. That's the size of my maker coin, and this is actually 70%. This is 100% of my maker coin. Made it a little bit big. You resemble that remark. Oh, it's crazy. But anyways, I say that a lot. Anywho, think I'll conclude this stream. I got one printer done. Nobody's needing my technical services, so I'm going to get in touch with my significant other, orders me some Chinese takeout, and finish. Yes, that's true, but if I can produce a quality video with quality content, win-win. But anywho, I appreciate all you guys coming, hanging out, checking out what's going on. Don't forget to check the description. I have if you weren't here earlier, I announced that Zeal Tech increased me from 10% to 15% discount for my viewers. So if you want to order up some Zeal Tech, you can save yourself like 15% off the purchase. Check that out. But all kinds of links down there. Hope that everybody here is subscribed. Hit that like button. Keep sharing. Keep watching them ads. And let's see. I got a couple more questions coming in, so I'll answer it before I take off. But parts for the model price maker V2. What do you have? Well, let's see. One of them has the ramps with a Titan Aero E3D and the Z braces. The other one has the original board in it with the original firmware, and the only thing I've really done was the MOSFETs, and I put the Micro Swiss all metal hot end conversion kit on that, which I did in a video. It's one of my dramatic theatrical productions. Good one to go and watch. Check it out. Yes, eat some Thai food for me, Ron. I hope your trip is eventless and super fun and super safe, and you return back to us safely and have a good time. Everybody else, I hope you have a great night. I'll do another live stream here soon. Be watching for videos to come. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night and happy printing. Be safe pouring. Thanks for stopping inside the Mind of Matt. Good night, everyone.